question about like how long should I wait far as like talking to a guy if he hasn't asked me like on a date yet.
How'd you meet him?
Like how online on a dating app.
Okay. And how long have y'all been talking?
We really only been talking like for a week. I gave him my number last Wednesday and we've been talking, FaceTiming and everything.
Oh,
And we
wow.
have even had days off together and he never insisted on us like meeting up or going anywhere.
Wow. So, has he even alluded to taking you out
Well,
on a
yeah,
date?
well, maybe he was like, it would be nice if we get lunch or go out to eat or something.
Uh huh.
He said one day. That's basically how he said it.
How long ago did he say that?
He said it like when he first got my number, maybe like the first couple of days. But like all during the weekend, I didn't even have my daughter. He knew I didn't have my daughter. I had free time. He was off. I was off. And he just talked to me on the phone all day. But he was like, well, I'm just going to stay in the house. Like we FaceTime, but he
Hmm.
didn't even offer to like go out or do anything.
Right. Right. Has he tried to meet up with you at all? Like invite you to his place or something like that?
Nothing like that. He keeps saying, oh, maybe one day we'll do like a cook date night or something. Like he keeps saying stuff like that.
Yeah, I say give it a week. To be honest, give it a week. If they not at least setting up, if you're not moving in that direction within a week, I'm not saying you have to be on a date within a week, but if you're not at least making progress, like we have some idea of a plan, just curtains. It's curtains.
Because it's wrong for me to ask, right? As a female, he should ask.
It's not morally wrong, but it is going to flip the polarity. So if you don't want a man, if you want like a man who's more of a leader, more masculine, then yeah, you shouldn't ask.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's all I had. Question I had to ask. Thank you.
No problem, love. You take care. That is a bigger problem than I originally thought. Softy, what's going on?
Hi, DDD.
Hi. What can I do for you? We just gonna stare at each other? What can I do for you, Softy? I know. It's okay. Do you know why she went quiet? Because she came up here for matchmaking. And then when I said what I can do for you, it was like, I don't know how to answer that. So she just fucking started buffering. Okay, who do we have now? Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey. So I have a question. I've been talking to this guy. It's been off and on for about a year. He feels like we've hit a plateau. So we started off like intentionally dating, saying that we both want something serious. And throughout that time, different things happened to where now he wants to kind of just be casual, which I'm not a casual type of girl,
Right.
but I still have feelings for him. So I'm trying to figure out like when a man says he wants casual, is it he may never want anything serious, or if I should let it go even though I have feelings? Like it's just confusion in the situation right now.
Okay. So, how long have y'all been dating again?
It's been about 8 months off and on.
Off and on. What makes for the off and on?
So originally we were dating something or trying to be something serious, and something happened with my kid's dad. He thought something was going on, which it wasn't, but I didn't communicate something to him. So that kind of like started the distance to where he wasn't taking it serious anymore.
Hmm. So the shift happened then.
Yeah.
What was it that you didn't communicate?
So me and my kid's dad, we do have a friendship, and he was in town, and I let him stay over.
All right. Well,
But nothing happened.
it don't matter, love. You're cooked. You are cooked. For him and anyone else watching this live, hopefully you don't have any suitors watching you right now. That's over with. You're completely cooked. I'm sorry. You can't do that, beloved. Come on, flip it. What if you were dating a guy and he let the mother of his child stay the night? What would you do in that situation?
I think, yeah, I would feel away.
Right. And this also suggests that there is some unprocessed connection you have with the father of your child. 100%. I know in your head rationally you're like nothing happened, nothing going on. You don't let people stay over like that if there's not any kind of unprocessed attachment that you still have. This is a major red flag. Like if I had a client and they told me this situation, they were dating you, like if I had this guy as a client, I would be like, abort immediately and never talk to her again.
Okay.
All right. But best of luck to you, okay?
All right.
Okay. Desimplify. What's going on?
Hi, good evening.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What can I do for you?
I'm just how will I say it? I'm in kind of a situationship.
Okay. Damn, Cece. She was getting to it. What's going on, Ariana? Cece not playing. I had my doubts too, so I understand. I get why. Beloved, you can request back up. I think the Maz assumed that you were about to be a matchmaking person. You got to get to the point though, right? So it's like you come up here, especially when you're waiting in line, and I ask you what I can do for you. You can't be like, well, like you gotta already be ready to go, right? We're on a schedule here. Only have 2 hours. Okay. That's just get to the point. You should know the first sentence, at least have the first sentence planned out. Save your uhs and ahs for like anything after the fourth sentence, we allow the uhs and ahs. We can't start with the uhs and ahs. We can't do that. We're traumatized here. Every time we hear the uhs and ahs, it's a matchmaking situation, and then we have to abort mission immediately. Okay? How about the caller before that, though? Wow, that is a... It's always funny with women, though. That's what you have to do with women. Well, men too, but in our callers, it's normally women that do it. They like whenever you see they're avoiding a detail, you gotta. What's that detail you just skated past, real quick? Why didn't you specify on that one? What's going on there? What was the detail there that you skipped past? I know there's a reason you skipped past it. Let's talk about it. All right. But yeah, you can't have the father of your child stay over. That's one reason why a lot of men, well, both, it doesn't matter the gender, men and women feel the same way. That's the reason why people sometimes are hesitant to date people who have kids, especially when they don't have any, because it is often the person is still dealing with the mother or father of their child. That's a regular occurrence. That's cliche, it happens so much. So if I already have reservations that you're possibly still dealing with the father of your child, you certainly can't have him sleep over. Can't have that. Also, how did he know that he slept over? Did you tell him he slept over? Ay. Women, when y'all ever don't understand a situation or confused, just flip it. All you gotta do is flip it. I do that with y'all on the lives all the time. I just flip it. Okay, pretend like this was you. That's something you have to tell women more than men. Okay, pretend like this was you and you were in the situation he's in. How would you feel? Then it's like, actually, and I'm like, I don't know why I had to tell you that, but yes, this is like this basic empathy. How would you feel if you were in the same exact situation? And then normally they're like, they have an aha moment for some reason. All right, let's see who else we got. Spring CC up. CC.
I'm sorry, not sorry, but they didn't request back. I don't even remember who the username was.
I don't need it. It's all good. I mean, it was slightly warranted. She was kind of warming up. Like you're trying to start the car up and all right, let me try this again. It's one of them situations. But
right.
You made the right decision.
Super rough. But I actually do have a question.
Okay.
Is a week
A lot
too
of
soon
noise.
to get- Huh?
A lot of noise. What's going on over there, CC?
Oh, I'm coming outside.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're good. I'm just playing. Like, did your heart just start racing?
Was it
Like,
bad now?
you're all right. I'm just messing with you. All right,
Sorry,
what's going
I
on?
was closing the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it, now I forgot my question.
Mm-hmm. You said how long something?
How long? Oh, yeah. Is a week after a breakup not long enough? Like, or should I be like, I don't know.
To
I'm
date?
bored, and I've been outside, and I already got approached, and I was like, no, let me not do that just yet.
Right.
But would it be? This is like rebound territory.
Right. Yes. 100%. Like you just broke up. Like
A week ago.
a half an hour ago.
I mean, the weather is nice.
Right. Well, you live in California. That's always the case. It's not an excuse. Right. So like,
I can't have a rebound.
I mean, you can do what you want. You can do
That would
whatever
be
you want.
morally wrong, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not good to use people. Let's say on the same type of assignment, but you know, as an anxious girly, it's always good
I
for you
know.
to.
Like, I think because I have freedom right now, and like school's about to get out, and like I said, I've been outside. I'm going to a Lakers game on Sunday with my stepsister, and she's trying to be outside. So the environment I'm about to like be in, I'm back to hanging out with like my single friends. So I think that's why it's hard too, because they do, you know, single stuff.
Right.
And I don't.
Listen, you can do what you want.
I know.
I
but
certainly.
I don't want to be stupid. I want to be smart.
Okay.
I want to be smart. I don't want to play games. Although I mean, you know, I don't mind a little fun. I don't think I would. I think maybe like that would help me like get over it fast.
Nope. That ain't how that works.
Okay.
That's not how that works. It's just a distraction. You're not getting over anything faster.
Okay.
Yep. Just a distraction so you don't process what you just went through. And you're going to have to process it eventually.
Well, okay, I've been doing the stuff like I don't talk about it no more because I'm over it. I talk to everybody. Told my friends. I told my dad. My dad, however, he told me, he's like, "'Cause you're intimidating." I was like, "I'm not intimidating, sir. I am a sweetheart. There is nothing intimidating about me." Not therapy. I am in therapy. I've been in therapy for 5 years. Okay. Well.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, you can do what you want.
Try again next week. Okay.
But yeah, it's best to take
I can't
a
make
little bit
no
of time.
promises because I do plan on, like I said, Lakers game is coming up, and then where was I at? I was actually at the store, and this guy said hi, and then I just was like, oh, don't engage. So yeah, it's a struggle, and I've been seeing some really attractive people
because I traded up my life. I started going to Trader Joe's, elevated the store, and yeah, if you go like this time, it's like people getting off of work, and I guess they stop by the store so before they go home. Didn't know that.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So
you've seen
I'm
a lot of
I'm
contenders,
just
huh?
for the girlies. Like I don't know how people. I usually go like Sundays or like either super late or whatever. But like this prime time, like 5 o'clock or so, everybody getting off of work. Not,
Right.
I'm not usually out.
Right.
But I
Right.
am on the prowl. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Coach said no. All right.
I have very little
Thank you.
faith in your ability
Yeah, very
to.
little faith.
Very little faith.
No, I mean I'm disciplined. My voice went out. I'm disciplined. I caught it. I heard my voice.
That's
going
what you
up.
sound like on the live. You always
I
on.
I heard it. I'm very disciplined and I'm cool. I'm chill. I'm gonna chill till like my birthday at the end of the month. We'll talk later about May. May's a different season.
See, there you go. See, just take it. That's a good way to look at it. Your birthday's
I
in
can do
May.
that. I can do it.
Hold off until May, at least.
Yeah. Weather might be. Yeah. All right. There's some people in the queue now. I can let them up.
All right.
Oh snap. Oh wait, tap y'all, cause we're not even at 50K. So tap. Share the live down there. That little button. Repost and share right there. And if you haven't already gotten your heart knee, that's that orange heart up at the top. Go ahead and grab that too. And we need some more likes. I was just checking your YouTube the other day. You got like 75 or I don't know videos. I don't know about you guys, chat, but if he's not live and you're not doing anything, go in there, rewatch the stuff. I actually even put it on. The speed is like 1.75.
That's what I'm talking about.
Breeze right through
Right.
that bad boy
Right.
with the closed captions and give it a thumbs up. I was just checking the other day, and
There
I was
you
like,
go.
why are people not going to the YouTube? They come in here talking about, oh, it's my favorite show. We'll catch it
Right.
at these other places. It's so support. We only have 3 shares right now, people too. Like there's 261 people. Keep going.
You got to get on it.
Repost. Keep
You got to
going.
get on it.
I don't see it moving. No, I'm playing. Okay, thank you. All right, bye.
Appreciate you, CC. I don't think CC gonna make it past tonight. Ariana said to go for it, just don't sleep with him. Ariana, what do you think she meant by have fun? What do you think that was about? You think she's all right? I like our little innocent Africans we have in the chat. So Maria, hello.
No, Miriam, but it's okay. You can call me whatever you want.
Okay.
Wait, nobody gets it right, okay? Okay, so my problem is I don't live in the States, okay? I live in Europe.
Okay.
My problem is that the men in my city, they're just too lustful, okay? You start dating men, and he's gonna, I live alone, okay? I can take care of myself, okay?
Right.
I got my shit right, okay? So every time a man gets to know that I live alone, he just like invite himself to my place. And I never let a man come to my place. I'm not comfortable with that, especially not like when I've not been in I've just known this man for like a week.
Right.
How the fuck do I make these men stop? What is wrong with men?
So, okay, first, how old are you?
I'm 22.
22. How are you meeting these men?
The guy that I was talking to, the last guy I was talking to, he came up to me in the gym.
Okay. All right.
And the guy before, he went to my school. And the guy before that, he texted me on TikTok.
Okay. All right.
It doesn't matter where I'm meeting these men. They're just the same.
Well, yeah, for your age range, it's definitely going to be the case because, like, they probably don't live alone themselves, right?
Why you keep telling them that I live alone? Am I supposed to lie? Am I supposed to lie?
You're not supposed to lie. I'm giving you clarity here. So it's like they likely don't live alone at 22. So when they find out that you live alone, it's like, oh yeah. Let me go ahead and
But this
handle
is not a homeless shelter.
that. Right,
You know
right,
what I
right.
mean?
No, I get
My
it.
apartment is not for the homeless.
Yeah. So you okay? Here's the first thing. Just because they're trying doesn't. I wouldn't disqualify them just for trying.
But they try again and again. Even if
Right.
I set the boundaries and I'm like, you know what, I'm not comfortable with you like telling me you want to come up to my place all the time. I'm not comfortable with that.
Okay.
They'd still try. Why are you being desperate?
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. So, would you eventually be okay with them coming over?
Maybe if they was my boyfriends, yes.
Okay.
But not the first month of dating. It just gives me the ick.
Got you. Okay. So when you set that boundary, when you say you're not comfortable with them coming over yet, how do they respond to it?
You know, they're gonna take it good in the moment, but then they're gonna bring it up again.
How soon?
Like, they're gonna bring it up again and again. Tell them that you got a roommate. When I FaceTime these men and they don't see no roommate, they're getting too smart, okay? They're getting too smart. I cannot lie to these men.
So how soon do they bring it up again?
Like the next day.
Okay. So they ask to come over again the next day.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Okay.
see, it's like they're not making me feel special. Like no fucking roses. Just like a single date is not gonna do it for me. Like one
Right.
piece of steak is not gonna do it for me.
Okay.
I'm
So
not hungry. I'm not starving.
how
I can
many
buy myself steak.
how many times has this happened in recent memory?
It's always happening.
Give me
It's
give me
all
a
the
number.
time.
Give me a number. How many guys has this happened with?
Wait, like the only time I met a normal person was like 2 years ago, and that was my ex.
Okay. So he wasn't trying to like sleep with you
He
immediately.
was the sweetest boy on earth. He was not being lustful. He was so genuine. And I'm so sad that it didn't work out with him. But after him, I am moved on. It's not that I keep on bringing him up. Nothing like that. It's just like after him, every single man is a piece of curse. Is evil as fuck. What is wrong with men? Is it just me? Am I the only one experiencing this? Is there something wrong with me?
So again, last 3 months, how many times has this happened?
Um, I've not been on that many dates this year, but the last 2 guys that I met, they have been like this.
So this has happened 2 times
This year, yes.
this year. Okay.
And I would meet them at school. I would meet them in the gyms. You cannot say, "Oh, you got the dating apps." No.
Yeah,
All men are the same.
this is going to be a situation where you're going to have to accept this is going to be most of your experience until you come across more outliers, right? Like your ex. So your ex is not the only person on the planet like that, right? So his existence proves the existence of other men like him. Okay? You are dating in an age range where these men the disconnect is you're thinking like, oh, we're dating because you want to see if you want to be in a relationship. That's not what they're doing. They're saying, okay, how fast can I sleep with her, right? And that's going to be most men in your age range, like early 20s. They're just trying to crack and go, right? So once you snip that out, I would say if you set the boundary again, them trying is not necessarily a red flag because we're going to try to sleep with you. That's just if that's a unrealistic expectation to be like, I'm gonna date a man who's clearly sexually attracted to me, but he's not going to try to sleep with me. That's not going to work. Now, the first time it's like, okay, you set the boundary. If you're experiencing them like immediately trying to do it again, that's when I would go ahead and exit.
So what am I supposed to do?
Exactly what I just told you.
Should I date men older than me? They don't want to look at me because I already look young. Okay, I look younger than 22. It's because I'm short and no older man is trying to approach me.
Right.
I don't know. Like, I cannot date a man who's 30. I would love to do that, but they wouldn't date me, okay?
Right.
Because I'm 22. I'm pretty young.
Right. The age is not going to change. It's not going to change anything. You have
Okay,
to.
but
You have to.
I never get approached by older men.
What I'm saying is the age is not going to change what you think it is. A lot of younger women think that if they go older, it's going to change. No, it's the same. It's the same energy, expressed differently, right? So it's not going to change much. Someone who wants to just sleep with you is going to want to just sleep with you regardless of age.
Because your energy immature. How's my energy immature? I don't get it. I can take care of myself.
Don't look at the chat. Right?
I am more manly than every single man that I've dated. I earn more money than them. I am definitely more mature than them. I got goals. Something that the men that I date
Okay. Let's focus.
don't have.
Let's focus here.
They do got goals, but just not as big as mine.
Okay, let's focus. So the plan is someone is trying to sleep with you immediately. You set the boundary. If they immediately try to sleep with you again, then you look at that as a sign that this is not a serious person.
Okay.
And then if someone respects that boundary and at least gives it time, right? Maybe they let a week pass and they try again, that's normal, right? What's not normal is you said no on Monday and then on Tuesday they tried. That's someone who's urgently trying to sleep with you very quickly. Okay? You making that
That's
shift.
every single person though.
Say it again?
That's every single person though.
That's every single person off of like you haven't had enough people that you've come across to make that statement. You've dated 2 people in this year, right? So that's a very small number. It's a very small sample size. Okay? So you need to go through a few more, set that boundary, okay? And then read them after the fact. Eventually you'll come across somebody who is going to be a bit more respectful. All right?
What is the timer?
It's
What's the timer that you were?
for me to move on because I have a line building up.
Okay.
All right, love. So keep me posted on how it goes, okay?
Yeah. Thank you for the advice, I guess.
You take care. All right, Danny Boy, what's going on?
Man, what's up?
Chilling, man. What's up with you?
Nothing much.
You about
Stretched
to
my
cook?
block, so throwing some food together.
Yeah.
Some boy kibble. No.
Hold on, real quick, gentlemen, on frame, right? If you look at that past interaction, you can ignore stuff that women say to you. You don't have to give everything your energy. So notice when she was going off on the whole tangent of, oh, these men are blah, blah, blah. Most men would have been like, wait, men aren't blah, 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 blah. You don't have to entertain it. What you entertain, what you give your focus to, you empower, right? So you don't have to give energy to a conversational thread that is not serving the connection, right? I just want to double click on that because a lot of guys don't know. This also applies to like dating and relationships. They start going off on something. You're the masculine, you lead. You don't have to give life to it. You can just switch to a different topic. And then if they want to hyperfixate on it, then you can start to de-escalate. But what you cooking, bro?
Throwing together some eggs and just some rice and a little bit of bone marrow.
Okay.
Get that extra protein in, you know.
You still cutting? You still cutting? Still leaning down?
Still cutting. Always cutting.
Nice.
Lean
nice.
is law.
Lean is law.
But no, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. I didn't even really have to say what I was gonna say. I think that's like a really good point to hit on.
Right.
About frame and not letting some of the noise kind of interfere with your mindset on this stuff, because people say a lot of wild things, especially on the internet. Or even I don't want to build too much hate, but sometimes girls be saying the wildest things. You can't let it get to you. But yeah, no, I was gonna make a Cece joke. It's 30 minutes in, she's ready to toot it up. Post-relationship, and I feel like half the connections I went through are from girls that are ready to toot it up after left their relationship. But no, you hit the nail on the head on the frame part. I don't really need to elaborate on that.
Yeah, it's important. It's important. You gotta be able to have that because it's gonna help you like navigate conflict as well, and also any kind of shit test that comes your way. You have to be able to
Yeah.
be rock solid in your frame and focus on, not everything needs to be entertained. Be able to separate signal from noise. Again, the signal dating, that whole idea, that whole concept comes from being able to separate signal from noise.
What would you say is a good piece of advice for men to kind of compartmentalize that noise in the moment?
It depends on the situation. It really is going to take practice, to be honest with you. Right? Or something that is reoccurring. So like in that situation with her, like, okay, if she makes a statement and then I go in a different direction and then she like really hyper fixates on what the point that she's making, okay, well then it needs to be addressed. Okay? So if it's recurring, then I would go ahead and address it. But if it's something like, because you don't want to like feed into conflict, because some, women could be PMSing, they could be hungry, they could be tired.
Yeah.
They may need a Snickers. You feel me?
Yeah.
They just need a Snickers. That's all. You don't have to entertain everything. And you'll get better with it because then you'll start to learn like the woman who you're with, and you'll start to be able to pick up on like, oh, okay, that's all right. I can kind of tell when like you're just in a mood or if this is something that's actually concerning for you.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like some of the obvious noise can be picked up on, but I think sometimes, I guess it's about not being reactive, but being responsive.
Right.
Kind of being that grounding force that's necessary in the connection.
That lighthouse.
I think of some examples.
Like the lighthouse metaphor, right? The masculine is the lighthouse, the feminine is the ocean. The ocean can be calm, it can be erratic, it can be dangerous, right? But the lighthouse is always the lighthouse, So that's kind of the visual that you want to kind of really internalize when it comes to your dealings with women, either from a dating context or a relationship context.
Yeah, I was trying to think of some examples where I could have learned from that, or I could have been in that position, doing the skill. Oh, actually, I remember. Do you remember a couple days ago you had a call with the gentleman? He was talking about his girlfriend, whose father passed away, I believe, and since then she'd kind of focused more on her faith, so intimacy kind of reduced, and she was kind of oscillating between her values and what she wanted to do.
Right.
I feel like I went through a similar connection a few years back, and I just didn't have the tools to handle that connection. Because I remember this was like a girl I met when I first tried speed dating. I met her. We went to one of those food courts, barcade places, and we got pretty close to going all the way first date, for sure.
Right.
And I kind of remember every time we got intimate throughout that connection, she'd immediately like flip and snap back and be like, "I feel ashamed we're doing this. I don't want to do this, or I'm trying to abstain." And we went back and forth on that stuff. Needless to say, by the end of the connection, she was saying, I remember she said something along the line. She would say several outlandish things that pissed me off, but I do kind of remember one of the things she pointed out was, she's like, "You had so many opportunities to go for it, and you didn't." And I was like, well, I feel like you kept setting a boundary against that thing, and that's why I didn't always push.
Right.
And then she'd be like, "Oh, I guess you're just sweet." And I in the moment, from hindsight, it's a lot of bullshit, but
right.
I guess in the moment, I didn't really have the tools to just say that's just noise. That's just her kind of oscillating between her values, and she's just saying things to say things to kind of justify her behavior in that connection.
Right.
But yeah, goofy situation for sure.
Right. Nah, it's someone I would have left alone. It shows you want to avoid like high levels of cognitive dissonance. Because when people are high levels of cognitive dissonance, even though we all express cognitive dissonance, but high levels of it showcases that the person is not on one accord with themselves.
Right.
So those are people who are best to avoid.
Yeah, I was a pretty safety heavy goofy back then, so I was giving her all kinds of empathy and stuff, and thinking like, oh, this would figure itself out, you know.
Right.
Obviously not the move, but yeah, I think since then I usually don't entertain like mixed. I just consider them like mixed signals. So anytime I feel like there's like confusion on the boundaries, I just don't entertain it.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. Haven't been in that situation. If I'm not abstaining and someone says they are, then I'm just like, I haven't even been in it. I'm just thinking hypothetically. I haven't even been in that situation. But if I was, I would be like, oh, okay, well,
No.
I wish you the best.
She was talking about wanting to abstain at the time.
That's different.
But
That's different.
yeah.
But yeah, with my Christian faith, if someone tells me they're abstaining, I'm not going to really try to use my superpowers to overcome that resistance.
The core lesson I really should have learned was at the time I was agnostic and she was a Christian.
Okay.
Should have known that her last relationship, she was like in a 3-year relationship before me, like me or whoever else she was seeing, because she was definitely an outside woman at the time, but he was an atheist, and she decided she wanted to be more serious about her faith, so she was like, we're not equally yoked, so she ended up breaking up that relationship. I should have learned then that this was obviously a bad situation for me to be in as an agnostic, but
Right.
I think the lesson there is to believe what people show you about themselves and what they're looking for, and not kind of hope things are different, even if you guys get along really well and you like each other.
Right. Yeah, I mean, just deal with people who you're in alignment with. You know, that's all. If you're out of alignment, just let them, just release them. And then find someone who you're better aligned with. If you want something that's like more casual, then deal with someone who wants something more casual. If you want a relationship, then deal with someone who wants a relationship. It's just to not do that is scare. It comes from scarcity, a scarcity mindset. Well, I'm glad you're done with that meal.
I think it was some good eating. I'm not gonna lie.
I can tell.
But yeah, no. Back then, I think I just liked her a lot, and I wasn't going out of my way to meet other people. But I think that scarcity kind of mindset that I wouldn't find someone like that again. Back then was kind of the force that kept me around. But that was a few years ago. I just kind of remembered the situation when I heard the call the other day. And I was like, oh, I think I was in a similar situation with someone. And it's no bueno. Not fun.
Right.
Wouldn't recommend it.
Exactly. But yeah, man. Let me go ahead and get to Halima real quick. I appreciate you, boss dog.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Halima, what's going on?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine, alhamdulillah. I need followers from all the ladies. I have skincare natural, okay?
You said what?
I
Yeah. He was fast on it. I was hovering. You see this thumb? I was right there on it. Was she selling something? What was she selling? It was skincare? That's what I thought she said. She waited patiently to pitch that. Oh, man. How mad must she be right now that she waited 30 minutes to hear Danny eat? Just to get hung up on like that. That must be infuriating, love. Let's block her, too. Let's really piss her off. Also block her, please. Let's really make her mad. All right. Whoa, we got a few people in the queue. Okay, let's try this one. Yeah, Danny, no more eating on the live. I saw the number dropping as you were scraping the plate. You probably got microplastics in your system now. Journey, what's going on?
Hi, quick question. What is the psychology behind a man wanting a mean woman?
Him wanting a mean woman?
Yes, the past like two guys I've met, they told me they like mean women. One guy straight up told me that he like for a woman to like pretty much curse him out if he knows he's like in the wrong.
He wants to be cursed out if he knows he's in the wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I don't know if it's like a I don't know. I don't know if it's like a challenge for them to.
Yeah, normally in the early stage, it produces anxiety and it facilitates the mechanism where they want to chase. Right, it's the same thing that works on women. The you could think of it like there's a healthy way to attract people and there's an unhealthy way to attract people. And the unhealthy way to attract people is to create anxiety. If you create anxiety, people will chase you to ease the anxiety. Problem is, it's not a long-term solution. Another problem is it only works on people who aren't psychologically healthy. Psychologically healthy people will notice the anxiety and then exit. So then you create a condition where the only people you actually attract are people who are psychologically unhealthy. Well, they're not as developed. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Well, thank you.
No problem, love.
All right.
Have a good one. It depends if it's a kink and service. That wasn't a kink, what she was describing. I know what you're talking about, though. But no, that wasn't a kink. Those are guys who needs to be stimulated. Some guys like that who want like chaotic women. Sometimes they're dead inside. They just want to feel something. So like the women who are like kind of crazy, they're like, oh, I actually feel something now. So they're making up for the fact that they're so detached from their emotions that they need you to overcompensate. Need you to make up for the deficit. What's that? That's what it was, dead inside. Right. Yeah, that's the situation for the most part. When the date calmed down, they create chaos to get a reaction. I'm ready for that type. Same. I don't like craziness. Not a fan of it. Nope. Peace. That's what I'm after. Peace. Not to sound like an avoid. You know, avoidant people love saying peace. They're like, I don't want nothing to ruin my peace. That's a sign for someone's avoidant, by the way. They start talking about peace a lot. Peace to them is like, I don't want anything to be difficult. If it's difficult, then I gotta get out of there. Hello.
Hey.
What's going on?
It's the Thumpers. Yeah, I was just trying to make sure I got a quiet spot. So I just had a birthday, right? 2 days ago. It's actually on Easter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I almost had a date, and I say almost because I decided sort of not to go on it. So my question is, I don't want to go into too much. I don't know this guy. We're just kind of talking on Facebook, right? I really didn't want to do the Facebook dating thing. He hit me up a couple of times a couple of weeks ago.
Facebook dating?
And, well, not Facebook dating, but I don't usually go on Facebook for the purpose of dating.
Okay.
It's just someone who had friended me.
Gotcha.
And he's been sort of like popping in and saying hi every now and then, and he just kind of slipped into a conversation with him, right?
Okay.
So, honestly, it was probably one of the better conversations I've had in a long time. Seems like sort of an interesting guy. He's in the Marines, or he does a lot of, his job has to do with like taking care of boats or something. Just not like average stuff. So fast forward, he seems like a very, very nice guy, but then he told me on 2 occasions that he had something happen to him. I remember I was in a bind at one point, and I think I had asked him if he knew someone with like buddy passes because I was flying from one city to another. And I sort of asked him if he could alleviate that. And I swear to you, this literally was random. I happened to have been at the airport when I asked him. So he gives me this spiel about, oh, well, I don't want to be used, so I'm going to pass on that. Normally I would. So I'm like, okay, you know what, I agree, no worries. So, within a couple of minutes, I resolved the situation myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then on another occasion, he brought up something else that happened to him in a past relationship. And this time it just came out of kind of left field when he feels like I would have, I guess it sounded like I was fishing for what he might have, whether he has, a high income, which he already told me what he does. But he seems to be laying out a lot of, this happened to me before. So therefore, I don't want to talk about this. Let's not do that. Like protecting himself in a way, right? Just bringing up stuff that I'm not pushing him. I never asked him for anything other than that one time. And even that one time I said, you know what, forget it. Cause I was able to take care of it within an hour or so.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of understood that part, but then to also bring something up again, case in point, my birthday. We're on Facebook. I have a zillion happy birthdays on my timeline.
Right.
It's clear that it is my birthday. He messaged me about getting a new place or something. So I'm like, oh, cool, congratulations. I congratulated on what he said. And then it says, well, wish me happy birthday. And then I logged off because I had to go. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't wish me happy birthday. And up to now, he hasn't even left a message. Mind you, this is someone who expressed interest in possibly seeing each other in person. So I'm thinking that would have been an obvious opportunity to either suggest something or at least say happy birthday. I haven't spoken to him since, and I don't know if I want to speak to him. I'm kind of disappointed because we were actually having a very good, deep conversation. So I find it strange that he ghosts me knowing that it's my birthday. Who's laughing? I hope that person's not laughing at me. Anyway, so I find it odd that he kind of just goes away knowing it's my birthday. He doesn't even say happy birthday. Who doesn't say happy birthday?
Him, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of, oh gosh, why, man? Listen, this is why I don't date remotely. I'm very against it. I'm always attracting these guys who kind of live away or they live over there and I'm over here. Does that make sense? So it's almost like a long distance setup.
Right.
But this guy, we had really good conversations and you said nothing. That offends me. I would have said happy birthday to him. So I'm squashing that. The best time I had was at my temple, right? And I'm happy. I'm a grateful girl. I had a great time. My family was around. I got to, say I love you to my nephew and happy birthdays. The little things make me happy. So I didn't need him to make me happy, but he kind of weeded himself out by not saying happy birthday.
Right.
That would have been enough, right? Anyway, I don't know.
So what's the question here?
It was in there somewhere. Should I kind of just ignore him completely? From now, I don't care what he has to say. I think that was lame of him. I don't like that. And I don't like the fact that he's always trying to protect himself by avoiding me potentially leaning in to him or leaning on him for something. I get people don't want to be used, but listen, I have a past too. I've been hurt too. It's not something that I lead with in my initial conversations with someone anymore. And I'm a woman.
How
right?
long?
I'm not going to sit here and make it an excuse.
Right.
Oh, well,
How long?
Blah, blah, blah.
All right. How long have y'all been talking?
Probably 2 months.
2 months? And you
If
said,
that long.
were y'all planning on actually meeting?
Yeah, it's out there. We weren't rushing it because we're still kind of getting to know each other in conversation. And he's based in Alaska right now, Alaska.
Oh wow.
I don't know if I'm going there.
Okay.
Based on his work. Mm-hmm. I think he coasts between Alaska and Chicago and somewhere else.
Interesting. Okay. Have you FaceTimed him?
No, I haven't. We haven't done the FaceTime. Don't look at me like that. It
Why
hasn't
not?
been
Gotta FaceTime. Gotta do that. You probably talking to a fat white woman.
I don't think he's a fat one. What we did do is I heard his voice real quick, but we did not FaceTime. That's true. You're right. He could be. This is a weird, strange universe. I should definitely see him on video. Nah.
You gotta see him on video, love, especially with Facebook. Got to. Facebook is, Because it already sounds weird, him being in Alaska, connecting with you that far away, off Facebook. Facebook ain't normally the place where you connect via long distance. It's not how the app is designed. It makes more sense on TikTok, where you're scrolling your For You page, you see someone that looks good, and then You click on their profile and you DM them. Facebook is like you're seeing a feed of people who you are connected with. People who are connected to people you're connected with. Him, and you automatically know where they're located when you go to their page. For him to be in Alaska and be someone who travels a lot, and he reaches out to you, that it sounds improbable. So, and then the fact that he did not initiate any kind of FaceTime call. Like, this don't sound like a real person. Could be, it don't sound like a real person, though. What happened? Did Maz, did y'all drop her, or was that news just too bad? Alaska, she said. Facebook. That's how I want to respond. But Dave Chappelle was telling that story about Juicy. It was like, Subway, sandwiches, Facebook. Why are we meeting people on Facebook? That's the worst place. That's the worst place. Don't do Facebook. Oh my God. If you're under 50, the psychographic profile of someone who uses Facebook frequently enough to try to meet women on it, and they're under like 45, I don't like it. Over 45, cool, makes sense. That's for y'all. Under 45, using Facebook so frequently that they're finding women to DM? Come on, bro. Come on, what are we talking about? All right, hello. How you doing?
Hello, how are you?
Good. What can I do for you?
Okay, so I have a question as far as like me dating someone right now, right?
Okay.
It's been like about
Is he there right now? Because I see you on the bed. Y'all about to engage in some activities? Is this a pre-cracking call? Pre-cracking conversation?
I can't believe that's a funny joke. No, well, dating.
Okay.
In a relationship, kind of. He asked me to be his girlfriend.
What'd you say?
However, my thing is, it's like I don't want to. Like, I have a feeling he's mute. Like, one of those people that doesn't talk a lot, you know? For some odd reason. Like, not mute, but, like, he's not really an emotional person.
Okay. I was about to say, you know, mute means this shit don't work at all. So I was confused. All right. Okay.
But, no, it's been, like I said, 8 months. And he asked me to be his girlfriend. However, like, we don't communicate as much as I believe we should. Like, I want to, like, get, like, good morning text, good day text, you know, in the middle, check up on me. Like, he doesn't check up on me, ask, have I eaten? Like, he doesn't care if I ate, or, like, simple stuff, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, where I will feel like, okay, he genuinely cares. But he says he cares, you know what I'm trying to say? But his actions don't really match up with you know?
Okay.
The position of where we're at right now. So, I don't know how to, like, I don't know how to go about it as far as should I move on or should I stay with him? Should I date other men? Or, like, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Because I really do care about him. Like, you know?
Okay. You say y'all been dating for how long?
8 months.
8 months. How did y'all meet?
We met through a mutual friend. At the time, back in the days, I used to smoke. So... when I was smoking back then, like, he was like someone who was like a pharmaceutical person, you know. He
I get it.
He had his business or whatever. So, yeah, that's how I met him through that. Like, and he's all like, and he's not my type, by the way. Like, totally not my type. Like, I like more like in the gym type of guys, you know, more. Right. Like career, like structure, you know, like more of that type of man. However, I don't know, just something about him, I guess, like, it was kind of like attractive. I felt more protected, safe, I would say, around him. So I feel like that's what really attracted me to him. You know, and I'm a person about personality, and I like that he's like kind of quiet too. I don't know, like, So I'll talk. But basically, yeah. So that's how we met. Pharmaceutical sales. Yeah,
Okay.
in the beginning when I used to smoke.
All right. Okay.
Plug and love.
I don't think you'll like him talking. I think if he started talking, you sound like you're a yapper, aren't you? You're a yapper. Yeah. 2 yappers may not work. Because I was waiting to get a sentence in. It was like double Dutch. I was like, all right, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. So if he actually did start talking to you, he probably wouldn't like him. It probably works because he's a mute. All right. So your main problem with him is that he's not communicating a lot with you, like texting you in the morning.
He's not communicating. He's not asking me questions. And I feel most irritated at nighttime. Like, hey, why don't you just check up on me at night? Like, hey, are you safe? Like, good night, something.
Right.
Like, it's like he doesn't really like.
He doesn't do it.
He doesn't do it. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to move on, but I'm like, damn, like, sex is kind of good. Like, I mean, like, that's besides the point. But it's like, I feel safe with him, Like, I feel safe.
Right.
And then, I don't know, like...
Does he still smoke? Does he still smoke?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're not as safe as you think. He's high all the time. Y'all are a target. Y'all are very susceptible. Okay. So, that may have something to do with it. Like when he's high, he probably doesn't talk that much, right? I know people who smoke sometimes the response. So
no, actually, I'm so sorry to cut you off. I know I said that, but the thing is, he does social media content too, right? So when I look at his stuff, I'm like, when he's up with other people, he's here, chopping it up, talking. Right. But when it's with me, it's like, what, like.
Yeah, I think it's because y'all have some degree of comfort already. I'm kind of like that. Like, I'm very charismatic on these lives and stuff like that, but this is my persona, right? In a relationship, after I get to know you, we'll still talk and joke and stuff like that, but I also have a phase of me where I'm really quiet, a bit more serious, and I don't engage as much. So I think that's just more so like he's just that comfortable with you, so he's not performative when he's around you, right? So have you told him that you prefer for him to like text you in the morning or at night or stuff like that?
I told him that, and he said he does, but it's just like good day. He doesn't say nighttime. It's like good day, like.
Good day is hilarious. He's super high then. If he's saying good day, he's in the 1700s.
Right.
Okay.
Well, that's what I said.
Okay, so he started saying that after you gave him the feedback that you would like to talk to him more during the day. Okay, so I almost said like a sailor. It's hilarious.
Sorry.
No. Okay, so did you tell him like good day was really what you were talking about?
No, I didn't do that. I didn't say that. But then we had an argument the other day, and he was like, I do too much. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't even do enough. Like, I give you your personal space. Like, I'm a person that likes to be by myself. Actually, I prefer my peace, by myself. However, so, like, I don't expect much, like, communication, but, like, simple stuff, you know what I'm trying to say? So, the fact that he's coming up with this delusion, maybe he's delusional, I don't know. But, like, the fact that you're saying I'm asking for a lot, I'm not asking for anything at all. Nothing at all, for real. Like, even the other day, like, okay, let me give you one prime example, right? I literally rushed from the city. I was outside, just hanging with friends. And I rushed from the city, took an Uber, come back to Queens, right? To see him, right? Late at night, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Because even though I saw him in the morning, I won't see him again. Obviously, we all have our needs. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, I'm trying to do some stuff.
Right.
So, he's talking about he's tired. I'm like, I don't know, like, if I'm tired, I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to perform. So why, when you're tired, I have to sit here and suffer?
Right.
Like, and that's so messed up. And then he's talking about I'm asking for too much. What are you talking about?
Okay. You might not even like him like that. It sounds like you probably are enjoying your own company with him. Does that make sense? Yappers do that. Yeah, me being the yapper too. Yappers do that. It's like, okay, we get an audience, we just like yap, and then it's like I'm having a good time, but really, you're just giving yourself a good. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
Because if you're saying he's not talking around, like, you got to have chemistry. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to be with someone who you enjoy. Especially like, imagine like, okay, you get with this person. Do you see yourself growing old with this person? Because growing old means, physical intimacy drops and then it doesn't happen no more. Would you enjoy being with Mr. Mute?
Yes.
You would?
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, yeah, because I like his vibe, I like being around.
What do you like about him that he actually does? Not like, oh, I feel safe. What do you actually
like?
Like?
Right, true.
It ain't looking good, love.
Damn, okay. I'm actually glad that I had this conversation. Like, I access to see a perspective because I never saw it in that way, where I'm like, what do I actually really like that he does,
right.
Other than physical and, like, stuff like that. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
It's just, okay, yeah, I guess. It just sucks because, like, when you just put time and effort into something, you just want it to work. And, like, I try to make up excuses for him, but, like, seeing that point of view, I'm going to most definitely have a conversation with him and, I don't know, see, like, if part ways.
Yeah, you might have to, love. You might have to. But keep me posted on how it goes, all right? Don't tell him I told you, because I don't need my shit
I'm going to say, I'm just joking.
I don't need my shit getting spiked. You feel me? We need to get it laced around here. But yeah, let me know how it goes.
Yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. I'll have a conversation.
All right, dear. You have a good one.
Thanks.
What they say? He said she not going nowhere. You think she's stuck? Somebody said she was on mute. I don't know who said that, but shout out to you. That was funny. So we got to practice abstinence. They deserve that access. Okay. All right. Real life tales.
Hello.
What's going on, man? We got to workshop that name.
You say what?
What's going on, brother? What can I do for you?
Oh, I just saw the live and I joined. So I saw the dating and relationship question.
I got you. I get it. All right, the Fempress, what's going on? You're muted. Why did they tell me how they got to this moment? What can I do for you? I was just walking and I opened TikTok and I was scrolling on my For You page and I saw this live and I pressed the button and now I'm in a little square in the corner of your page and yeah, I'm now saying this sentence to you actively and waiting for your response. Block them. Get them out of here. Fempress, are you here? All right, going once. Going twice. Sold. Whitney, what's going on?
Let's go.
Whoa. I think you got muted, love. You got to unmute yourself.
Oh, shoot. Am I back?
Yep.
Okay. I'm doing laundry.
Popped
up on relationship advice. I've been single for 3 years and I have no interest.
Gotta go, Whitney. Gotta go. Gotta go. What do we mean? What's going on? I literally just explained that whole process, and you just played into it exactly the same. I'm doing laundry, washing these big ass drawers I got, and I'm now putting these big drawers in the washing machine. I was scrolling on TikTok and I seen the live. So dating and relate. What are we doing? What are we doing? Huh? What are we doing? What's happening right now? Miles, we got to figure out the IQ test before people come up. Gotta figure that out. All right. Let's keep it moving. I think I talked to Shorty yesterday. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me okay?
Coming in kind of low, actually.
Oh, one second.
Yeah.
Better?
Perfect.
Okay. I joined yesterday and I kind of got a glimpse of what people typically talk about. So I guess I'll share a story and then you analyze it, correct?
Yep.
Okay. My name is Silver. I've been with the same person since I was 19.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a decade now. And we're Nigerian, so when we first started dating, his parents didn't know. It's like a culture thing. But my parents knew. I grew up on the western side, so they were more lenient when it came to dating. Fast forward to about 4 years ago, we moved in together and we got engaged. And his parents are not so pleased with our relationship. They have not been pleased with our relationship for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, I just thought that it would smooth over eventually. But by the years keep growing and it just is not getting smoothed over. It's actually getting worse.
Right.
And I'm in my head, I'm trying to figure out why, what the problem is. And we recently separated and I started understanding a little bit of why, but I'm still kind of confused. We have some disagreements that I did not know he shared with his parents. I try to keep it to myself because usually when I would share something with someone, he would always tell me I should have shame or I should be able to keep things to myself, things that happen within our relationship, which I thought made sense because you don't want to share something and then people would judge it and then it would be hard for you to go back to the relationship as well. And yesterday you were speaking about avoidant partners, and I learned my attachment style. I'm very anxious, and my partner was an avoidant. And right now I'm trying to figure out how to navigate all of that in this new situation and if it's worth it because I'm kind of having issues with him. And then of course you have the family part of it, which is really exhausting if you add both of them together. And I just don't know if I should continue or if I should push harder because it's been a really long time, or I should just let it go. And then if I do let it go, how do I move on from that? Because yesterday I was thinking about it and I was like, even if I wanted to let go, I'm not in that stage in my life where if I saw him talking to somebody else, I'll be okay with it. So that's like a rough draft of, I guess, my situation. I can see your face.
Okay. There's a lot of information. So, whoa, am I on speakerphone?
Sorry?
Am I on speakerphone?
Yes, but I live alone.
No, I'm not concerned about that. I was hearing feedback, but I don't hear it anymore.
Oh, okay.
So how would you describe your core problem in this situation?
How would I describe the core problem?
Yeah, just in one sentence.
Confusion.
Okay. Confusion, why? I'm trying to get specific.
I think confusion on both ends. He's always been on the fence. I don't think he's ever been all the way in. And now I'm kind of reflecting. I think I've been the same way too. I've kind of just been on the fence waiting for him to be all in as well.
What does all in mean? Marriage?
Not necessarily the marriage, because we got married.
Okay.
Just he prioritizes other things that are not
our marriage.
Okay.
Give you an example. There were times when I was pregnant, even when I had our kid, that I kind of needed him to be home. Not necessarily all the time, but there were times where it would have been nice for him to stay home, and I voiced it. And he would make it seem like he doesn't hang out with his friends enough, even if he goes out every weekend. And even till now, even when we're making all these grand gestures, he's still prioritizing like those friendships, those connections with his friends, kind of over connection with me. And I try not to tell him them or me, because I feel like you kind of need your friends in life. But there's some times where, as a family man, he just does not prioritize the things that a family man would prioritize.
Okay. So, and you said that he's avoidant?
Yep.
And you're anxious?
Fearful avoidant. And I'm an anxious attachment.
You said he's fearful avoidant?
Yes.
Why do you say that?
Because he wants love deeply and badly, but he runs away from it.
How does that manifest?
So whenever I withdraw and maybe we have a conflict and I want him to kind of be present in that moment, he shuts down, he checks out, and then he will say anything just to get me to leave or just walk away from the situation. And then when I shut down, or when the discomfort is over and I'm kind of to myself and withdrawn and I'm not chasing after him, then he's like putting more pressure to make sure that he says and does everything to kind of get me back on his good graces, or get himself back on my good graces. And then immediately he gets that, it's like maybe there's a couple of days or even weeks sometimes where it looks like there's consistency, and then any talk of like deep intimacy, and he's back to like avoiding. Like if we want to talk about like a deep conversation, for example, and it's not always deep, it's just something that is new for him or something that is different that he's not used to, and he just checks out.
Right. Okay. So what would you like to see changed in the situation? You said that he's not all in. What does it mean to be all in? Like specifically, what would make you feel like he's all in?
I think just now that he's more of a family man, prioritizing those things, like having the same values as we used to have when it came to family.
Okay. Now you say prioritizing, so what does that mean specifically? What would that look like?
That's a great question. What would that look like? I don't know how to say without sounding, I don't know. I guess if a situation were to arise where you either wanted to go out with your boys or something was happening at home, you would stay home to kind of figure out how to navigate that rather than just escape to go out.
Okay, so you would expect him to lean into conflict instead of leaning away from it.
Yeah.
And that would signal to you that he's actually valuing the connection.
Yes.
Okay. When conflict arises, do you try to get him to handle it right then?
Sometimes I try to kind of de-escalate it, which it worked for like a short period of time, and then we're back to zero again. But yeah, initially I used to try to get him to just open up, and then when we got married and we got into therapy, I realized that, giving that space is necessary. But then there's sometimes most of the time it gives the space, but he wouldn't come back, which made me more anxious. But now it's kind of 50-50. There are days where I would want him to lean into that discomfort and have the conversation. And there are days where I would just know that he wouldn't, so I just leave it alone. Mm-hmm. But then I disconnect from him really badly when that happens. And then it takes a lot to kind of reconnect back, or I just never truly reconnect back because I know that it's going to happen again. So that's kind of where we are.
Does he know that he's avoidant or fearful avoidant?
I You know what? I don't know. I sent him, the videos, and I talked to him about it. And in therapy, they did tell him, but I don't think he truly understands what that is or really cares for it, or sees the value in knowing why his attachment style to understand why he does certain things.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. So he's been like this the entirety of the relationship and the marriage, right?
I think so, but I don't think I paid attention to it. He did run away from conflict, but I didn't. I was always distracted. Whenever I would get into it, I had my friends. I lived in school, so I would do something and distract myself. So by the time he comes back, I'm not really thinking about the conflict. So I guess in a way, I gave him that falsehood that he could be upset and leave and get to come back without me bothering him. But then when we lived together and then we started a family, we're kind of like in the same space. So the dynamic kind of changed. So I guess, yeah, he's been the same. I just didn't pay attention or understand what was happening.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That makes sense. Tough dynamic to fix, love.
I know.
Tough dynamic to fix.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to book that hour call, because I certainly can't unpack everything on this call, but one thing that would help is like you becoming more differentiated, which means you are better at containing yourself, right? Like people tend to either get enmeshed with their partners and lose a sense of themselves, or they tend to disconnect from the person that they're with, right? That's like the anxious avoidant thing.
Yeah.
Becoming more differentiated means that you have, a solid, grounded sense of self. You are still you, but you're still willing to connect and be affected by the person that you're with. So you don't need them. You want them. You don't need them. You're not even expecting them to meet your needs. You meet your own needs. And you're just choosing to be with them. Again, it's too much I can unpack. That's too much to kind of go through on this live. But that's going to be where I think you would. That's where I would focus. I wouldn't focus on changing him at all. I would focus on changing you within this dynamic. Yeah. And the thing is, when you change a part of the whole, you tend to change the whole. Right? So, if you're one half of this dynamic, changing your half can influence the other half. Right? So, when you make this shift, it will trigger him less, because you're not going to need him as much, and he's going to feel that you don't need him as much, and that make him make shifts on his end as well. Right? It's not guaranteed, but you can't change him. The work is going to be changing you, and then see if the second order effect of you changing you influences him in a positive direction. Right? So again, there's just a little bit to go off of. I got to keep it moving, but yours is going to require like a deeper dive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem, love. Best luck to you. Remember, people, if y'all want the 1 hour coaching call, men or women, hit that button at the bottom of the screen with the arrow inside the square or the dialog box. Shoot me a DM. Not if you're looking for a husband or a wife or no goofy ass matchmaking shit. So many people do that. It's annoying. But if you need that 1 hour coaching call where you can actually get a plan to solve your specific problem or your big problem when it comes to dating and relationships, go ahead and hit that. You also get 2 weeks of DM support. So you can DM me daily for 2 weeks, get additional access, strategies, and I can help you implement what we talked about. All right. Fempress, what's going on?
Hi. So this is sort of number 2 question. How do you feel about revisiting a relationship with someone that you were in a long-term live together relationship with before? If
It's likely scarcity thinking, right? Why are you doing that? Meaning, like, people tend to default to past partners when they feel like there's no other options out here. What made y'all break up in the first place?
Actually, we had a pretty good thing going. He was like the only guy I was with that I felt like we were best friends as well. Like we just had a great time together. But there was this one aspect of me feeling sometimes like I was a little bit too mothering to him, unintentionally, and him allowing me to be that. Right? Like we were 5 years apart, and I guess they say men mature later. And so that was like in dog years, maybe 15, 20 years. I was slightly more, I guess, paying attention to different things that had to be done, where he had this habit of maybe, yeah, he had a job and he was actually making pretty good money at one point. But he had this habit of, for example, being on this game thing with other adults, which shocked the hell out of me because grown adults, I mean, with kids and families, would sit and like game for hours, which in my psyche registered as somewhat childish. Like that was the one thing about him that kind of had this subconscious irritation, but I kind of bypassed it for a while. But it played out where I saw other aspects that made me feel like I was instructing him to be what I needed him to be for me, rather than him automatically being that way. And I can give you more detail if you want, like case in point, going to certain places. If it were dark, I would have to like probe him, like, hello, you want me to go out there? Like, come with me. Why would you want me to go out there by myself, kind of stuff? These very minute things, but to my spirit, they were big, because you're a man, you should automatically have that instinct. But I was bypassing those because all these other things were really good, because we had a good time together in that kind of a sense. So I'm not, how should I say? The way I broke up with him, just to fast forward, because I can give you all these little examples, but I remember I felt like I was getting in his way, because I felt like me having my house at the time, he was living with me. I wasn't living with him, right? That was one underlying thing that had me feeling like, am I making him comfortable by him moving in with me, living with me kind of directing him to help me with certain things, or, you know, come with me certain places. I shouldn't have to ask you. We've had those small little arguments. Kind of ate at me slowly. But I think at the time, because I really needed him to be there based on what was going on in my family, stuff with the house, just a lot of stuff, there was a little bit of dependency. But the way I broke up with him was, I said, you know what, why don't you go get an apartment, get a job, hold it down for a little while, and then let's see if we can like make it work that way. Because I felt like I was enabling him, and I also felt like, you know, you went from your mom's house to living with me and nothing in between. I had never heard of him having an apartment on his own or anything like that. So I'm thinking, am I just that girl he's gonna kind of grow up with? I felt like I was holding him back from like really go fend for yourself, like go be a man. I didn't say it in those words, but I was like, why don't you do this? So I kind of initiated the breakup, like, because I wanted to see if he could make it. Because me being in that sense, I was losing attraction for him.
Right.
There was something not there anymore, because I felt like he wasn't quite Mustafa. He was still Simba.
Right. So, I mean,
do you understand what I mean?
What happened when y'all broke up? Did he get it together?
Yes, he actually did. Within he did it quickly too. Within 3 months, he got a job, paid pretty well. He got his apartment within that same 3 months, and then I think within 6 months, he finally got his car. And here's what he was doing: every 3 weeks, he was like, "Do you want to get back together now? I got a job. Can we get back together now?" Then when he got his car, I just got a car, right?
Okay. Why didn't you get back together?
He kept
Why didn't you get back together?
checking on me to see. Huh?
Why didn't you get back together with him?
Because I wanted him to hold it down. Like, it's one thing if we break up, right? And I say to you, well, he was doing temp because he was IT, so they would like contract him. But if I say to you, get a job, hold it down, right? And, you know, get a car, hold an apartment down. I want to see you like be a man. I'm thinking that's a good year. It's easy to just get something, but I felt like he only did it because I said go do it, and I felt like if he didn't sustain it long enough, is this change for real? That's what I was saying within my spirit. Does that make sense? And especially the fact that he was checking on me like that. I'm like, don't just do it because I said it. I want to know that you can just do this and hold this down. So fast forward, he gets these things and he's checking on me every, so often. And I says, well, how long have you had it? And he says, he just got it. And I'm like, well, let's just see how it goes. And I'm like, listen, let's stay in communication. Let's talk to each other. There were other smaller things that I felt like can't just be obliterated. And it's not like I gave you a to-do list and say, okay, do these things and come back to me. I wanted a certain time frame, and maybe it was my fault because I didn't give him a specific time frame, but it didn't feel right just taking him back. So fast forward, in that time, he starts to see another girl during this waiting period, gets her pregnant, right? Mind you, he didn't tell me he was seeing anyone while he's calling me every 2 weeks to see if he can come back, right? So the plot thickens. Now here's this girl, and while she's pregnant, right, he's telling me about it, and he's scared as F because he was seeing her kind of as entertainment. He didn't plan it. He's telling me he doesn't care about her. He doesn't love her. I love you. But he wanted the child and stuff. But then the girl's parents were pressuring him to marry the girl, right? Pressure, because they were like old fashioned. So he's in this big mess, right? Because he's got some girl, she's definitely keeping it because she liked him she's some girl that he used to work with, and I knew that she wanted him. I just knew it. Women know that kind of stuff. So now they have this. So in my spirit, I'm like, hell no. I'm just thinking it's over. It's over in my spirit. But all the way through, he's trying to tell me, as if it's making me feel better, that he really loves me. He only dated her because I dumped him, which technically is true. But I don't think you're going to be so irresponsible about it. And this is what feeds my initial concern, that you're just the same irresponsible person. You go get someone pregnant while you're waiting on me. What is that?
So why are you even considering getting back together with him? Because
he hit me up because he contacted me recently, and I'm telling you something that's rooted in a little bit further. The child is 3. They were together for a while, and he tried to do the marriage thing. He annulled it. He did all this for the girl's parents, and apparently they're broken up. They still have to co-parent with this child, and his story is that he still loves me. Yes, everything I'm telling you is factual. Like, you guys can hit this man up. I don't care. But he hits me up every now and then saying, well, yeah, she might have had my child, but you have my heart. So he's trying to romanticize it. But I don't know if this is a parable. I'm considering it because he contacted me more than one occasion, basically wanting to know where we stand. And we had a deep conversation the last time we spoke. There are things I loved about this guy. He's a good friend, I will say that. But when I first initially dated him, I was on the rebound. I'll be honest with you. And he ended up in the beginning being like the guy I spoke to about everything that happened with the ex. And he would actually be patient and listen with me. And, he was helping me. That's how we became such good friends. Fast forward into the relationship that we had. That's how I know that I could trust him. He was actually a very good friend. So it was like friends to lovers. Then he developed.
How was, hold on. How was conflict in the relationship? Did he handle conflict well? And just answer that question, please. No going on tangents about that question. You're muted, love. You gotta unmute yourself.
So how did he handle it, or did we fight?
How did he handle conflict? Like, if you brought something up, if you were unhappy with something, and how did he handle that?
He was good. He was like, Ari, okay. He would actually repeat what I said back to him, and like basically, say, all right, you're saying this. I do this all the time. All right, fine, I won't do it. Or little, like, he would address it.
It's not good. You select for weak men. You select for men that you can control. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you select for men that you can control. And the problem is, it's like you want control of the dynamic. So only men are going to let you control them are weak men. But then you grow to resent them because they don't show up as men. You still want a strong man, but you choose weak men so that you can have some degree of control, right? So that's why you chose him. and then you ultimately lost desire for him because you can't desire someone you don't respect.
That's true.
Right? He's still the same person. He's a textbook nice guy. I asked how he handled conflict because I knew you were going to say that he just said, whatever you say, princess. I knew he was going to do that because he lived to please you. That's not a good thing.
Yeah.
You want someone who's going to have a backbone, not someone who's going to be like,
Right.
whatever you say, babe. That's a person that's going to resent you secretly and have covert
Right.
contracts, right? It's textbook nice guy. Nice
Right.
guys are typically manipulative.
Mhm.
Unintentionally, but they're very manipulative. They manipulate to get what they want. They think that you owe them something
Right.
because they're so nice to you.
Right.
Like, I'm nice to you, so
Right.
why are you not giving me this because I'm nice to you? Why aren't you sleeping with me how nice I am to you, right?
Right.
That's who you were with. Don't get back with that person. But also, you got to do the self-work to get out of this need for control that you have because you're going to constantly select for weak men until you get over it.
Correct. Well, I was only exposed to women who were controlling. Like my mom was a single woman. She held everything down. She has no respect for men whatsoever at all. So I'm trying to get that out of my system
Right.
because
That's
she
good.
did everything by herself.
That's good. What gives me hope is you're not resistant to what I just told you, right? You immediately went to where that
You're
makes
right.
sense because I seen this growing up. So that's good. So that awareness is going to help you a lot. So you just want to check yourself. You probably have a hard time like giving up
Trusting
control. Giving up control
Right.
a little bit, asking for help with things.
Yeah, I have no idea how to ask for help. I need to learn. I don't know how. I've never
Right.
seen a woman get help.
Right. I
Things
get
like
it.
that.
I get it. I mean, it's not even it's just the environment you were in created these conditions, right? And it's unfortunate. Like, a lot of people will say, black women are more masculine, but the default path, if you don't have structure in your household or like a strong father that can help keep you soft, is you harden.
Child.
You harden up. So
Yeah.
it is a challenge to kind of unlearn that stuff because it does serve you, right? When you harden up, then you go out there and you forge a path for yourself. Make things happen.
Yeah,
right?
but it's missing. It leaves me in the life that I have now.
And
And
it prevents
I'm tired.
it prevents love. It's good for success and all that kind of stuff. Going and getting educated, but it prevents like the type of love that you want. So like there's a good statement I love. It's like what got you here won't get you there. Right? So toughening up, hardening is what got you here, your current situation, where you probably have achieved some things and built a life for yourself. But that's not going to get you there. There meaning the type of romantic connection that you want. That's going to require you to change, right? Yeah, you can do it. It's just the first step is awareness. Then after that, you just take the necessary steps to go ahead and make it happen.
Gotcha. Do you recommend continued therapy? Because I did kind of start something like.
Continuing therapy. No, this is going to be more so about like if you can do like somatic therapy, not talk therapy.
Okay. Well, thank you though.
No problem, love. Best of luck to you though. All right. All right. Take care. Yeah, for the rest of y'all, if you have a problem with like being stuck in your head and being, I've talked to a lot of women who I've been coaching recently on an hour-long coaching call. Few of them are in situations where either they're avoidant or fearful avoidant, or you can tell they just engage in what is called intellectual bypassing, where they don't really feel, they think. They'll experience an emotion and they'll immediately start processing it intellectually. It means you're disconnected from your emotional landscape. If you're disconnected from your emotional landscape, if you're disconnected from feeling, that's going to manifest as you not being as feminine as you could be, right? So I say all that to say, I know a lot of women want to do like therapy. Oh, do I need to do therapy? Not talk therapy. If your energy's stuck in your head and you're like intellectually bypassing all the time, talk therapy is just going to keep you up here. You got to get in your body. That's the solution. Like get in your body. Get in your body. So there's therapies that get you in your body, like, somatic-based therapy. EMDR can help with that kind of stuff as well, but not talk therapy. That's not going to help you that much. And also, schedule the 1 hour coaching call. You feel me? Hit that button at the bottom of the screen with the arrow inside the square, inside the dialogue box. We can get you right. Just get you on the right path. Okay, no more calls though. Y'all can drop questions in the chat if you want, but yeah, no more calls, no more calls, no more calls. I need to hear that, coach. I figured you did. I figured a lot of people need to hear that. Got to get in here. Men, when they get deeper into their body, that puts them more in touch with their masculinity. Women, when they get more in touch with their body, that puts them more in their femininity. So when women are having a hard time getting in touch with their femininity, normally I would prescribe them doing something that gets them into their body, like dance is a good one. Taking a dance class or Pilates class. You feel me? You got to get in your body. That was a wild ride, right? I know a great somatic and trauma-based yoga therapist. She's amazing. Dope. That's what I'm doing now. Cool. Pole dancing, aerial yoga classes. Pole dancing, yeah. I didn't know the poles spun. It was like seeing how magic works. I didn't like that. I thought they were just spinning with their hands on the pole. I didn't know the pole was spinning. I was like, really? I'm less impressed now. I'm still impressed, but I'm less impressed. It's upsetting. Yeah, the pole spins, Dion. Yeah, you know that? Yep. Yeah, some don't spin. I was corrected on that recently. Some don't spin. Are you less impressed? I don't know. My imagination, they were doing, seems harder. But some don't spin. So some are doing like the tricks on the ones that don't spin. But yeah, the spin makes it easier, more fluid, right? Yeah. Right. I mean, how would they be able to spin with all that friction? Excellent point. Again, I thought it was magic. I thought strippers were fairies. Workplace ergonomics, right? How much are the sessions? You hit that button, price is gonna fluctuate. It's gonna likely keep going up. But you hit that button, we'll start a conversation. I'll send you a link. Learn a bit more about your situation. Make sure I can help you. I can't help everybody, but learn a little bit more about your situation. See if I can help you, and then I'll send over the material. They wipe the pole down, reduces friction. Inflation. Bobby, were you like a bouncer at the club? Apparently bouncers get hella action. He was playing somatic therapy. It's just therapy to get you inside your body. Get you feeling things you're probably not used to feeling. That's all. It's not talk based. It's not like a whole bunch of asking questions and stuff like that. I've never done it. I just know like that that's what it does. So I'm no expert, but I know it's body based. Took pole dance classes. Okay, nice. When they're shaking that ass, Bobby. Bobby, so I'm in there shaking this ass. You gotta be a male stripper, but only people that see the male strippers are like old ladies. CBD therapy doesn't work too. Yeah, it's like not if you have somatic issues, not if you're just detached from your emotional landscape. How you feel. Gotta get in touch with how you feel. I'm not an old lady. Well, CC, your birthday is coming up. So in May, I think that's when you cross that chasm. When the clock strikes 12, your knee just gonna start hurting out of nowhere. Cece does post like an old lady. Cece's not an old lady. She does post like an old lady. I 100% agree, Danny. 100% agree. I saw a male dance once and it was disturbing. Male dancer. Okay. Yeah. It's not for us, I would say. It's not as graceful. Women look magical when they do it. When they do it well. Does Does the comedian guy still come in here? What comedian guy? Who are you talking about? The one who was just sleeping with women every time he went out with them? Is that who you're talking about? I haven't seen him in a while. He might be watching. We may have solved this issue. Connor, okay, yeah. He's gonna get a ticket for my boyfriend's mom to go to the strip cycle. All right, Bobby will hook you up. Ask Bobby real quick. Hook you up with them tickets. All right, what other questions we got before I get off here? Tired tonight. Should I tell women that I'm trying to talk to that I have a baby on the way? Yeah, I mean, I think you certainly should let them know that you have a baby on the way. Yep. Thunder from Down Under and the Magic Mike show was so good. I know what you are, CC. You gave me a lot more clarity on who you are as a person. I know what you are. Bro, the ladies want to know why you're not with the moms. Shouldn't be talking to any but support the expected mom. Oh, she's unfaithful. Hey, you know what? I was waffling. I'm on your side now, Chief. You still gotta let these ladies know, though. Bugani never did come back. No, I think Bugani, we were a little rough on Bugani. He never returned. Please do DNA for Brock. If he's not trolling, if he's being serious, sure. Already did a DNA test. Okay. All right. I think you're trolling now, brother. All right, people. I would stay longer, but I gotta lay it down. If you're new here, make sure to follow. I'll be live again tomorrow at noon Eastern time. Again, if you need coaching, men, women, hour slot. Hit the button at the bottom of the screen with the arrow inside of the dialogue box. Shoot me over a DM. I'll be in touch. Appreciate the mods. Appreciate the chat. I will see you all tomorrow. Y'all take care.